Good morning, my dear friends. Good morning, dear masters. Welcome to day 7 of our breath by breath, step-by-step approach to mindfulness meditation, breath mindfulness meditation, which we are calling as breathfulness. Patriji says, breath is your guru. And we all realize that as we continue to practice breathfulness over the several years, we've been seeing how just breathing right helps us in a lot of things. We learned about the abdominal breathing, belly breathing. And we've also seen how breathing right helps our body to be put into a state of healing. We've seen how being breathful allows us to be mindful of our blockages in our energy movement, mindfulness of our sensations. That's what we did yesterday. Mindfulness of emotions. Today, we're going to learn about more mindfulness of mental processes, the science behind how just by being with your breath, a lot of cleansing happens in our psyche. So I hope yesterday's body scan meditation was helpful, and you can practice that body scan relaxation exercise anywhere, anytime. So a lot of us have physical practices. Some of you may be doing yoga, some of you may be doing walking, some of you may be going to the gym, doing a lot of exercises. While that is all for your physical body, training your mind through meditation is another form of exercise purely for your energy. When yoga does that, but more for your mental. It's a way of training your mind to respond in more creative ways. And because it's a training your mind, we always call it as practice. Remember, breathfulness practice, breathfulness routine. A lot of Buddhist texts also talk about that as a practice. Like any training, it takes time and gently steady effort. Yesterday, I was seeing a few messages on our WhatsApp group. A lot of us know what our problem is, but the key thing that we need to do about the problem, we know what the problem is, we know what the solutions are. A lot of you are part of this practice of this session, you know the solutions. But the key thing is commitment to action, commitment to act. That is where everything starts. And yoga and meditation and a lot of these regular practices allow you to get that thing that is missing, which is discipline, consistent discipline. So if you keep meditating, you will definitely experience the results, experience all the wonderful things you've heard about meditation, all the wonderful things that you've been seeing in these sessions, right? And one of the greatest things about meditation effort, it's just a practice. You continue doing it 21 days, 40 days, 3 months, 1 year. You're not going to lose anything. It's not like you invested some money in a business or you're training for a sport, for Olympics or for a medal somewhere, right? You always reap the benefits of meditation sooner or later. Some of you might have been seeing some of those benefits already. And this is a 2,500-year-old practice, nothing to worry. It works. You'll have to have the trust and courage to continue the practice. That's why I always keep saying the 1 hour that we are doing right now, or any 1 hour that you're doing in a meditation, is a practice. I always keep saying this is like a net practice. I'm sure all of you are familiar with the game of cricket, very popular in India. And especially we in Bangalore are very proud of RCB women's team winning the Women's Premier League Cup on Sunday. A lot of things happening on the radio stations and everywhere. Even in schools, they put big banners of women's cricket team. So cricket is a very popular game. Similarly, any game has a practice session, right? Net practice is basically people practice their moves, practice their skills. Similarly, The 1 hour that we are sitting is a net practice. For what? For practicing mindfulness. How are we doing it? Our breath. We are practicing mindfulness using our breath. What is mindfulness? It's been a while since you got it. What can you explain? Can you put down the definition for mindfulness that we've learned or we've been learning? 3 components of mindfulness. Attention, yes. Awareness, non-judgment. Wonderful. Attention, awareness, and non-judgment. 3 components of mindfulness. 3 components of, that lead you to what we call as soulfulness. Wonderful. Attention, awareness, and mindfulness. Attention, awareness, and non-judgment. Sorry. So that is exactly what we are doing. In this 1 hour, we are focusing our attention on our every breath. We are being aware of all our sensations. We are not allowing our judgment, our thinking. We are accepting whatever is happening. Right? And we are having a few techniques. So similarly, once your net practice is over, what is our game? A game of life. We get up from our meditation cushions and start playing the role of a mother, a father, a child, a student, supervisor, an engineer, teacher, whatever be it. So we are, or a sister, or a caretaker, whatever. So we are playing the role. And how do we play that role? Again, with mindfulness, attention on what we are doing, awareness of all the things that are happening, and being non-judgmental, not allowing a subconscious mind. So the practice allows you to help you carry over the state. As you continue to do the practice, the state lingers on for longer time. You're not bothered by thoughts. You're not bothered by fears. You're not. So we'll talk a little bit more about it. And that is what has helped most of us. For me, it primarily helped me in my corporate career. All right, so it is that a practice, and you have to continue to keep the practice. Even Yoga Sutras talk about Abhyasa and Vairagya. Abhyasa is practice, Vairagya is non-attachment, right? So we'll talk more about it. And we've been learning quite a few techniques about mind wandering as we are practicing mindfulness. We know belly breathing, we know equal breathing, we know labeling, we know counting. We'll talk about connecting right now. So rousing is nothing but in case, I didn't get too many questions in this session. In case you fall asleep, how do you get your, I'll talk about it. And then if none of these work, what do you do? Thoughts continue to keep bothering you. You've not done any of these techniques right or continue to bother you. Just stay back, relax, continue to observe your thoughts. That is all. After a while, the thoughts will go away. Okay, so now I quickly want to cover the connecting part. What is connecting technique? So as you can see now, a lot of you have been focusing your attention, hopefully, right? Through the first 2 steps of focusing and following the breath, right? Now you're able to probably follow your breath much faster. As I said, this is how your breath flows. There is the beginning of your inhale, there is an end of your inhale, then there is a beginning of your exhale, and there is an ending of your exhale. I don't know how many of you have been able to really pinpoint these points, and how many of you have been able to detect there is a small gap, a pause between your in-breath and the start of your out-breath. That is the gap into your soulfulness. That is the gap into your inner intelligence. That is the gap into your intuition, right? As you continue to do the process of meditation, you will see that gap slowly expanding. You'll feel that. There will be times when you don't feel the in-breath nor the out. So connecting is nothing but assume these are the 4 points and you start connecting. So you start, oh, that's my in-breath, then end of my in-breath, start of your out-breath, end of your out-breath. You keep connecting these 4 points in a circle. That is all is connecting. So what it makes your mind to be really looking forward to those points. That is why you engage the mind so much that it doesn't allow it to wander. Right? Again, all we are doing is observing your normal breathing. not changing anything about your breathing, following the cycle of your breathing. Be aware of thoughts and distractions. Bring your attention back to your breathing and feel the movements and sensations due to your breathing. That's whatever is happening due to your breathing, you feel. Initially, you feel at the nose. Then as we continue to follow our breath, we'll follow our breath. Tomorrow, we will introduce the third step of our breathfulness practice, which is flowing with your breath. All right. So, my dear friends, as we all know, 3 parts to our daily breathfulness meditation practice. We will continue with 10-minute equal coherent breathing. Then we will do a 15 minutes of attention, continuous attention at your breath, at your nose, 15 minutes of focusing. Then we will do 20 minutes of following your breath. And then we will end with 2 or 3 minutes of appreciation or expressing your gratitude. All right, any questions? And during this process, if your mind wanders, you know what to do, right? Bring your awareness of your belly breathing. You can do equal breathing. You can do counting. You can do labeling, or you can do the new word of connecting. And rousing. Rousing is nothing but in case anytime you fall asleep, you feel very sleepy, right? A couple of techniques that are told in some of the Buddhist texts is basically you either take deep breath, you give the body the oxygen that it needs. You breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. So you give that, right? If that doesn't work, just clench your fists, just hard till the time it trembles. So you're allowing your muscles to become very active. So that way it allows oxygen to flow and you will probably not do sleep. That is rousing your body from lethargy or from sleep. And also, when nothing works, just get up and splash water on your face or drink some water. It might help. If nothing works at all, if you're unable to sit in meditation, do not worry about it. Just let go. Have a good nap. All right. So today we will begin our session, a practice of meditation, my dear friends. So we all know the process. Let's get into this practice, 45 to 50 minutes. So please remove your spectacles. Clasp your hands. Cross your legs at your ankle. If you're sitting on a chair, if you're sitting on a cushion or a bed, make sure your butt is a bit higher than your knees. Close your eyes. Keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. And let's begin the process of relaxation, the warm-up. Bring your attention to your nose and start your equal breathing relaxation procedure. Slow, long, easy inhale. Slow, long, easy exhale. As you do your inhale and exhale, some of you are beginning to do equal breathing. Please continue to do with your counting. At the same time, observe the movements in your abdomen. You're centering yourself. This is just a warm-up to our breathfulness meditation. Keep your body straight. Keep your forehead, neck, shoulders, hands absolutely relaxed. for the next 45 minutes to just your breath and yourself. Your breath is your guru. Go to be with your guru for the next 45 minutes. Everything else can wait. Feel your long, smooth, easy, wonderful breath as you consciously inhale and exhale with a count of 3 or 4 each. Feel your body becoming relaxed, feel your mind becoming calmer. 5 more minutes of warm up into our mindfulness meditation. Equal, coherent breathing. Allows you to appreciate your breath. Brings your body, breath, and mind in harmony, in alignment. Continue to breathe in long, smooth, easy. Do not hold your breath. Breathe out long, smooth, easy. Counting engages your mind. Your conscious breathing engages your breath. And you're making sure your body is in alignment by observing the movements in your stomach. Feel the lightness in your body, feel the silence in your mind. Do not get bothered by any thought, any distraction. Do not worry about the music. No judgment. Wonderful. Now, with our body, mind, and breath aligned and centered, now let's begin our practice of Anapanasati meditation. Slowly drop your counting, drop your equal breathing, and bring your attention to your nose and begin focusing on your breath at your nose. Observe each and every breath as the breath enters your nose and leaves your nose. The next 15 minutes, your focus of attention is only your nose. Be aware of all the sensations, tingling as your breath enters and leaves your nostrils. Do not change your breath, just your normal, easy, natural breathing. See if you are able to connect the different points of your breath as we saw today. Keep your neck and head straight. Stay relaxed. Experience the joy of focus and attention. Just stay with your breath at your nose. Do not engage in thoughts, do not engage in analysis. There is enough time for that later. For now, we are practicing being with your breath. If you're bothered by your mind wandering, use any of the techniques that we've been learning. Be with your breath at your nose, my dear friends. Do not allow your mind to wander. Do not engage in thoughts. Notice the different parts of your in-breath and your out-breath. Feel all the sensations on your upper lip, at the entrance to your nostrils, or inside your nose. That is all. Focus and attention is a key component of mindfulness and most meditation practices. Keep your neck, head, and body straight and relaxed. Sthira Sukha Asana That is what Yoga Sutras say. Still comfortable posture. Five more minutes of focusing your awareness at your nose while your attention is on each and every breath. Your goal is to not lose track of even a single breath. Do not allow it to escape from your awareness. Continue to keep your focus on your breathing at your nose. Do not engage in thinking. Excellent, my dear friends. Now, slowly expand your awareness of your breathing. Follow the path of your breathing. Follow the path your breath travels. Observe all the sensations and all the movements in your throat region, your chest region, and your abdomen as every breath enters through your nose, travels through the windpipes in your throat region, moves to your lungs, causes movements and sensations in your lungs, causes movements in your diaphragm and in your abdomen. Closely follow all the sensations and all the movements in your every breath, breath after breath after breath. Without thinking, without judgment, without allowing any distractions. Buddhists call this the whole beautiful breath. It will still be fast. Do not hold your breath or alter your breath. If you're unable to feel any sensations or movements, that's okay. You should easily be able to connect your nose and your abdomen, because those are the two things you'll feel very easily. Observe and follow the full cycle of each breath. Be with your breath, my dear friends. 15 more minutes of being with your beautiful, natural, whole breath. Group meditation aligns our energies with the resonant energies of the field. It helps us go deep into our meditation. It helps us avoid distractions and thoughts. Feel the joy of the beautiful rhythm your every breath happens. Be aware of every part of your breath as it begins at the entrance to your nose and leaves from your nose. Without thinking, without judgment. Just observe what is happening. Continue to be conscious of all sensations and movements due to your normal, natural breathing. Do not divert your attention and awareness to any other things. It's 10 more minutes of following your breath. Continue to keep your neck and head straight. Keep your body relaxed. Feel the lightness in your body, silence in your mind, and flow with the rhythm of your natural breathing. Wonderful, my dear friends. Last 5 minutes of being mindful of your breathing. Follow the entire cycle of your breath, nothing else. Be with your breath. Last 3 minutes of attention, awareness, and acceptance of each and every breath. Wonderful, my dear friends. With that relaxed body, calmer mind, now move your awareness to your heart region. Continue to pay attention to your breathing. As you breathe with awareness on your heart, recollect your experience over the last 45 minutes in today's breathfulness meditation sitting. Say thank you to whatever be the experience. Feel grateful, feel proud of yourself having been through today's experience. Next, recollect 3 things, people or situations from the last 24 hours. Bring each one of them into your mind and express gratitude. Say thank you to that person, thing, or situation that you want to be grateful for. Gratitude is one of the highest emotions. As we consciously practice gratitude, the things we are grateful for multiplies. That is the law of abundance. Next, let's all express gratitude to all the people around us, our family, our friends, our colleagues, our helpers, all the people who take us from one place to another, who help us reach our goals, our teachers, and everyone who've been making our life livable and lovable. Lastly, let's express gratitude to the environment, to all the services that we've been using, all the government policies that help us live a good life, and all the wisdom and teachings of all the great masters. With that feeling of one-pointedness, relaxation, and gratitude, dear friends, let's emerge from today's practice of breathfulness. Become aware of your body. Become aware of the room you are in. Slowly unclasp your fingers. Place your palms on your eyes for a few seconds. And open your eyes whenever you are ready with a gentle smile. Wonderful. I hope it was a good long session, practice session of breath mindfulness, my dear friends. I hope some of you applied the techniques that we've been learning for mind wandering. And I also hope you're able to appreciate attention, awareness, and acceptance or non-judgment. So we'll take up questions and experiences in a few minutes. While we get to the next part of what we are trying to do, what we're trying to learn about the science of mindfulness, science of breathfulness. So before I proceed, I'm sure quite a few of you have been through the day one of this course, and quite a few have been through earlier courses. So as you know, we are covering each stanza of Anapanasati Sutras. So what is the next stanza that we are going to focus on? We focused on breath, we focused on physical body, then we focused on feelings and emotions. 2 days ago, we saw how mindfulness of feelings is possible with breathfulness. So what is the next? What is the third stanza, third set of sutras that Anapanasati focuses on, which is what we're going to learn today? Anyone? Flowing is a practice. Flowing is a step in practice, and no talking about the sutras. The first four were about the physical body. The second four sutras were about emotions and feelings, which we covered 2 days ago. And yesterday we did a practice for us to be more aware. And the third four sutras, yes, exactly, mental body. So we're going to learn how breathfulness meditation, breath mindfulness meditation allows you to handle the noise in your mind, the mental noise. Buddhists call it as mental processes. You don't want to differentiate between thoughts and emotions. We learned about feelings and emotions 2 days ago. Thoughts and emotions are interrelated. So altogether, they form a mental process. All right. So to or more or less one of the first three states, right? But ideally the five states. So Mudha is lethargic. It's like a dull donkey mind. No offense to any of the animals here. So lethargic donkey mind, which doesn't allow you to do, I don't want to do anything. That is one state of mind. I don't want to sit in meditation. I don't want to wake up, right? And the second type, which most of us can relate to, is restless mind. Restless mind is the monkey mind. That's what happens when you sit in meditation, the mind keeps wandering, mind keeps wandering. Even in life, we keep wandering, confused, not knowing what to do, when to do, how to do. Right? And the third state of mind is distracted. I'm beginning to work on something, but suddenly something else comes up, or suddenly someone says something else is important. Right? I jump to another thing, like a butterfly mind. So vikshipta, distracted. You're always distracted. You want to do something, you know what you need to do, but distraction. Someone says this is not the way. Sometimes someone says, oh, not meditation, some other procedure, some other technique, some other healing that will help you. We keep jumping from one to another. And then the last two states of mind are what the desirable states of mind. Ekagrata, which is concentrated attention, focused. That is what we're trying to do with mindful eating and mindful walking. And niruddha is arrested. Absolutely stillness, still state of mind, which is what we are trying to achieve through meditation. The goal of all yogic practices is to achieve the niruddha state. I just remembered I've not asked you about yesterday's exercise. We'll do that in a minute. And 100% of the mind chatter comes from our thoughts. We all know that. Our thoughts, our attitudes and beliefs and whatever we are thinking is what drives our choices, our relationships, and our behaviors. And psychology research has shown that only 10% of our thoughts, thinking at any point of time, comes from our willful conscious mind, whereas 90% of it comes from our subconscious mind. Our beliefs, our emotions, our habits shape our thoughts. Like yesterday, there was a message that said, yeah, I don't want to do something. I built a wall around myself. So all that is pretty much beliefs. So as you think, that's how your behavior is. As you think, that's how your life happens around you. Patriji talks about if you think miraculously, miraculous things happen. If you're thinking about survival, fear, that's what life gives you more of those situations. Right? And our beliefs and perceptions are formed not in a day. So right from our childhood, we've been reinforced with certain program, with certain things. You got to do certain things to achieve success in life. You got to behave a certain way with certain people, right? All those. And then over time, we perceive, we form those attitudes, seeing what others are recognizing, others are rewarding, right? And especially the Western system is always based on reward and punishment method, carrot and stick method, right? And then it's all very tactical. Feelings shape your attitude, shape your perceptions, you shape your perception of life. On their mental thought processes. And what Okay, sorry, I got disconnected. All right, so are we back? The audio okay? Video okay? Yes. I just realized something happened. All right, so we're talking about the mind. The sensory mind is how all the sensations happen, all the things that come in from our five senses and thought, right? And then thinking and emotional mind is what adds context to whatever the senses bring in. If I see a shape of an animal, the first time you see it, you wouldn't know what that animal is. But then someone says that's a dog, that's a cat, that's a cow. And immediately that thing gets recorded. The next time when your senses project that image, your intellect adds that label to it and saying that that is a dog, that is an animal. And then your narrating mind, your ego self, starts adding all the stories. If it is about a dog, you'll start recalling stories about how someone had a painful experience with dog or someone had a wonderful experience with their pet dog, right? It's a narrating mind. And all these are stored in the memory storehouse like a hard disk of a computer, which is our chitta. That's our memory system, our storehouse. These are the key four components of our mind, right? And our conscious mind, these are the moments of consciousness we call. We are conscious. For example, when you sit in meditation, you're conscious of this moment, you are aware of your breath. You're aware of your breath. And the third moment, your attention gets diverted. There is something else coming in. But then through consciousness, you are forcing yourself to go back to your breath, right? So at any point of time, as long as you're completely conscious, then all these bubbles come from your conscious awareness, mindfulness. That's what we talk about attention. Otherwise, it comes from your subconscious mind without even you knowing it, right? So all our assumptions, attitudes, beliefs, all the programming gets stored here, including samskaras from the past life. And again, whatever gets stored, there are two varieties there, good and the bad. Good things are, you might have heard about child prodigies, amazing, awesome players who have that inbuilt talent from, let's say, age 6 or age 8. Where did they get that music skills from? Where did they get that sports skills from? They are all carried from their past lifetime. When Patriji says a lot of us meditators who've been through meditation probably have been learning meditation our past lifetime. That is why we're able to easily grasp the thing of meditation. So all that come from this imprint stored here. So there are good and bad things stored here, right? And for example, you're learning a skill, they stored here, which is good. You're learning something, learning all the science right now, it's all stored here, which is good. So all that good things are stored by the intellect here. However, our thoughts are not always driven by those good things. If I sit at my desk to do my software programming or teaching a class, I'm able to use the right skills, right knowledge from here. But the moment someone yesterday commented, moment I leave my meditation, then I get bothered by whatever is happening outside. So where does that come from? That comes from kleshas. Patanjali talks about 5 things that are harmful, that cause pain, that cause suffering. Ignorance, not knowing who you are, not knowing reality, avidya. Ego, that always adds to your identity, right? Ego always tries to preserve your identity, your name, your reputation, your role. Third thing is attachment to like. I like this, I do not like this. That is aversion. Attachment to I like this, I like certain people, I like this feeling, I like certain things to be in a certain way. And aversion, I hate certain things, I hate certain situations. I hate the sun out there, I hate heat, or I hate cold. I don't want to be in those situations. And the last thing is the biggest thing is fear. Fear of unknown, fear of losing your identity. In fact, fear relates to all of this, right? Fear of losing your ego, fear of losing what you're attached to, fear of getting into situations that you hate. So all this. So anytime your thinking gets colored by these five, ignorance, ego, attachment, aversion, fear, you are moving away from yourself. You cause pain to you, right? And then your thoughts, that's what happens here. Anytime with this imprints that you see here, as long as it's not colored by any of those five, it is good. But the moment it starts colored by fear, aversion, like, dislike, and ego, then that is harmful. That is what we're trying to treat with mindfulness. How do you let go of those colors? How do you treat the kleshas? It's through awareness, non-judgmental attention. Every time I see an emotion, every time I feel a thought, where is the thought coming from? Rain, right? We looked at the technique. Is it coming from my like? Is it coming from my craving? Is it coming from my fear? And then you slowly let go of it, right? Be mindful of it, right? As you continue to do that, as we continue to throw that awareness, become mindful of every thought, which is what Buddha talks about it. What happens? A beautiful thing happens, it slowly starts disappearing, right? Breathfulness meditation, first thing, improves the moments of consciousness like we've been practicing. Improves mindfulness. For example, a lot of you practice mindful eating, practice mindful walking. Earlier, as you are eating, all these bubbles were of different thoughts while the act of eating or walking was happening. Now you're completely focused, completely conscious of what you are doing at that particular time. And breathfulness meditation harmonizes the subconscious mind. It doesn't allow 10 things to come up in your brain at the same time. It slowly silences a lot of things. And then the beautiful thing that mindfulness meditation does is deprograms, it cleanses a lot of those kleshas that we have, the imprints that we have. And there is science behind it. Joe Dispenza talks about it, right? When in deep states of meditation, we saw this on day 3 or day 2. As you dive into meditation, your brain goes from beta to alpha to theta and delta. When you go into deep states of meditation, that's when all the cleansing happens. Subconscious mind stores all the, this is the subconscious mind. It stores all the imprints. And as you go deep into meditation, slowly things start cleansing. So there are 2 ways you can remove the pain. One is cognitively, every time something happens, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, responding instead of reacting. The second way, the beauty about mindfulness meditation is a lot of things get automatically cleansed. Your craving disappears, your fears disappear, right? And as you can see, another representation, our conscious mind, responsible, more driven by our intellect, memory, willpower, intention. It always operates at beta frequency. Then our subconscious mind, our emotions, our beliefs, our habits, our feelings, our attitude, we don't have control over it normally, right? It automatically comes up. We didn't know where that fear came. The moment you see your boss, the moment you see that person who you hate, immediately there is a sense of thinking happens, oh my God, when will we leave? That fear of things, all that come from our subconscious mind. And this subconscious mind prevents us getting connected to our intellect, connected to our intuition, connected to our innate intelligence. So breathfulness meditation, my dear friends, first does calming the mind. It reduces the number of thoughts in your mind. Then it cleanses the deep programming that we have been programmed, removes the samskaras, cleanses the imprints. And once that starts happening, you make up space in your consciousness to start connecting to your intuition, connecting to your spontaneity, right? So mindfulness meditation calms your mind, cleanses all harmful attitudes, harmful thinking, harmful samskaras. And then as you do that, it connects you to your own innate intelligence. You start becoming more spontaneous. You start becoming more intelligent. You use your intuition to decide, make those decisions, make those conscious choices. And that's the state all of us aim to be in. Right? And that is what we are learning. The practice, the net practice of 1 hour is to primarily make sure we calm our mind. As we calm our mind, there is a space opening up. That's when we start connecting to your insights, right? And then as you do that, as you continue the practice of meditation, there is some magic happening in terms of cleansing. All our harmful emotions disappear. Craving disappears. You might feel, I'm sure a lot of you, one, definitely healing happens. We've heard tons of stories. And some of you might even observe as you continue the practice of 11-day meditation or 21 days, 40 days, slowly, something that you are attached to, something that you used to crave. It could be just be a cup of coffee at 11 a.m. every day, right? Or a tea in the afternoon, whatever it is. That craving slowly disappears. Suddenly one day you realize you're okay, even without that coffee. You're okay, even if you don't talk to that particular person that day, right? And then so slowly you're regaining your own intelligence, your own. So craving disappears. Suddenly things that you were afraid of earlier, afraid of talking in public, afraid of talking to a particular person, afraid of getting into an uncomfortable situation, that fear slowly disappears. So mindfulness meditation has that power to cleanse automatically, while it also frees up your mind to act responsibly, right? And then as you do that, you'll start feeling a lot more spontaneous things coming up. That's what Buddha says. To do that, you need to be completely mindful of your body and your breathing, mindful of your feeling. We saw that the feeling tone, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, and then the emotions, and then your thought processes. As you are becoming more aware of it, then once we are through this process, the last paragraph or stanza of Anapanasati is about insights. Insights happen, spontaneity happens, synchronicities happen. Then it's absolute magic. We'll talk more about it later. So before we dive into the exercise for today, let's look at what did we do for yesterday. So how many of you were able to do the practice yesterday? Mindfulness of sensations in your body as you went through different emotions. Let me look at the chat. I could observe the emotions. Wonderful. Yes, I did. So were you able to find anything, anger in your chest region, or fear in your stomach region, or your shoulder, your burden, heaviness in your shoulder? You should be able to note those down, right? And once you start observing, once you throw the light of mindfulness and awareness on them, they disappear. Yes. So please continue to do the practice, right? I mean, that's what will happen as you continue to do it. Uneasiness at chest. Yes, wonderful. Fear, emotion, discomfort in my lower abdomen. Yes. So your lower chakras, that's holding that fear, right? So everything is science. Science is there to help us. We don't need anybody else. We don't need any other healing. We don't need someone else to guide our life. Each of us are born with a purpose. Each of us is born with a meaning. Nobody told us that. Everybody told us their meaning, their purpose. They try to impose what they wanted on us, which is what some of us are living someone else's life, not our lives. So all yogic wisdom, spiritual wisdom allows you to move beyond, live your own life, right? So today, let's practice one simple exercise. Again, some of you have practiced. I would want to call it as, before I go to the kleshas that we'll do it later, mindful listening. Mindful listening or mindful talking. So when you're talking to someone, generally what happens, because we're looking at the mental chatter, right? When you're talking to someone, several things happen. You're trying to frame a response or a question in your mind as someone is talking to you. Sometimes you feel, oh my God, start judging that other person. Why is he thinking like that? Why is he talking like that? He doesn't know anything, right? Or it could be that, oh my God, when will he let go? When will he or she let go? I need to go do something else, right? So today, practice, anytime you're talking to another person, just observe your mind, observe your thoughts. What is coming up in your mind, right? And try to be as spontaneous as possible, right? Do not think about what you're going to talk about next. Allow it to come, allow things to come as it is. Same thing when someone is talking to you, listen deeply without anything in your mind. Eckhart Tolle talks about a story, how he helped a lot of people heal themselves of emotional trauma just by sitting there and listening to the other person deeply. When you're listening to other person deeply without anything in your mind, you're absolutely connected at the level of stillness, at the level of consciousness. We all learned we're all energy. When you are resonating at a particular frequency, you have the ability to impact or influence the energy level of the other person. The other person might be having fear, doubt at this level. You are emanating at a frequency of presence, of stillness. So as you continue to do this strongly, and slowly this person's energy comes up. Fear goes away, regret goes away. Slowly you start feeling peaceful, and ultimately you feel thankful, right? So deep listening. And then when you're talking, when you're in a conversation, doing it absolutely mindful. You can try it at work today, trying it at home, try talking to a difficult parent, difficult spouse, difficult child. Do that with complete presence, complete mindfulness, without any thinking, any chatter. Observe. You'll start observing, oh, this is what I was thinking. That itself is a big success as you continue doing. So today's exercise, my dear friends, is mindful speaking and listening. Try doing it. Be aware of your thoughts. Same thing, you can be aware of the emotions, the feelings at any point of your body as well. All right. So with that, let's dive into a few questions. Please, anyone who wants to ask a question or share your experience, please raise your Zoom hand. Meanwhile, let me look at. Yeah, today could concentrate better. Wonderful experience. I feel spinning of my body for 5 seconds. Yes, that's another common meditation experience, as I mentioned in my video yesterday. I started responding those thinking. Okay, please do type your questions. Whenever I look at the time or anywhere else, there are repeating numbers. What do I see? Synchronicities everywhere and all the time. Yeah, there is a science behind that. I'm not aware of it. Science of numbers and science. Again, with mindfulness, we don't really bother about all that. I mean, because once you are really mindful, focused, the answer you need comes to you at the right time. The direction you need to take gets you at the right time, right? Can't focus on my breath for more time. The direct message is please continue the practice. Please continue to use the tools and techniques that we've been sharing. Okay, so we had a couple of hands and then one hand disappeared. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. And
Thank
sir,
you, ma'am. Nice seeing you.
sir, I have one small doubt. That is, once we get in following the sequence, after some time we get into a trance like that, or the emptiness. So the emptiness, should we again come back to the following stage or continue with the emptiness?
So the question is, yes, so you should continue to be following your breath. Your breath will continue to operate. You're aware of it, but there will be a emptiness trance state continue to happening in parallel. Right? You don't consciously do it, right? So if you are in that emptiness state, be with your emptiness state.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't force yourself to come to your breath.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But
the ultimate thing is to be emptiness, isn't it, sir?
Yes. Equanimity. Yeah, that I talked about it, right? Those 5 states of meditation. So ultimate thing is being aware of your emptiness, right? That being aware of your emptiness. If you're not aware of your emptiness, you'll go into sleep. Even in sleep, we are not aware of, we feel very empty, or you take some substances, that's all right. With meditation, you're aware of your emptiness, but you're not allowing any thinking to happen. Yes, the answer to your question is ultimate state is emptiness, tranquility, equanimity, right? And you being aware of it is important, which is where you will also be aware of your breathing at the same time.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
So some more questions here. When we get thoughts, we should wait thoughts to let go. When you get thoughts, you recognize your thoughts and bring your attention back to your breathing. You ignore the thoughts. Let go of your thoughts, yes, but you don't wait for it to go. It will not go immediately. So you'll have to consciously let go of it and bring your attention back to it. After some time, my breath seems to flow naturally without focusing on the tip of the nose. Is that fine? So yes, I'm assuming you're talking about the focusing step. Focusing step, you're allowing your breath to focus, but again, you're observing your breath at your nose. But when you're doing the following step, you allow it to flow as it is happening. I get lots of vibrations and some pain in my forehead between eyebrows. How to relax my forehead muscles? Yes, that's one of the common experiences due to meditation. That's okay. So again, anything that bothers you, move your attention away from that particular place to your breath or your body. Right? A lot of people experience heaviness in headache, right? Or tingling in the forehead, right? If that continues to bother you, then move your attention to your chest region, move your attention to some part of your body and observe your breathing at your abdomen or your chest. So the vibrations will go away. Do not focus on that. Do not allow it to bother you. After sitting erect for a while, my body starts swaying back and forth with a jerk. How to sit still? Yes, so sometimes it happens, sometimes it's check. So sometimes you continue to enjoy that bliss or experience of shaking, but as you continue, that cannot sustain for long. So immediately you bring your attention to your breath or some part of your body. You move your focus to your breathing. Over time, it will subside, but if it's bothering you, you have to take some action. So move your attention away from it or be conscious of your breath. Eyes are paining when trying to focus on the nose tip and getting headache as well. When I don't do that, I'm not able to feel the sensation of air passing on my breath. So I think you're putting in a lot of effort, sir. So it's not that when I'm focusing your breath, you focus your eyes, bring your attention on that. It's not a visual focus. I know your eyes are closed, but I think you're trying to visualize the tip of your nose. No, you don't visualize. So you're straining your eyes, let go of your eyes. You just feel what is happening at the tip of your nose because there is something happening, right? So one suggestion now that you've done 6 or 7 days of this. So one suggestion is if you're not able to focus here, pick a point where you're able to focus. If you're able to focus your breath at every movement in your stomach, you take that as your focus point. Or if you are feeling some sensations in your chest, pick that as a focus point, right? So pick a focus point and then be with that focus point throughout that 15 minutes of focus. I close my eyes and I see a complete screen of bright light or a bright spot. Yeah, that's okay. That's what some of us feel the darkness, some of us feel the light. But when you're focusing, you need to be aware of that particular focal point. That's it. Yes, so we have Nalini Kumari, ma'am, can unmute and ask a question.
Sir, one or two simple questions. Like when we need to sit erect only to accommodate our lungs properly, because I'm also told that this Brahmarandra opens properly and the flow of cosmic energy will be better when you sit erect. So which one is
Yes.
right, sir, or both are right?
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. So you're giving all the reasons for us to sit erect. Yes, the right posture, right? Effective posture for meditation, sitting straight, right? And then I talked about the physical signs, right? How being erect, how your body is in your natural shape, you're able to sit for long. But yes, all other reasons are also correct.
Another thing, like closing eyes, is it only for to prevent a distraction, and also loss of energy or anything else.
Yes, that is
That's it.
the primary reason. Yes.
And we remove the
So-
spectacles, sir. Why the reason for removing the spectacles is
Reason
simple
the-
things, but
Yeah. Reason for removing spectacles is one thing, you don't need it when you close your eyes,
okay,
right?
okay.
And then because we are dealing with sensations, we want to deal with natural sensations. We don't want your spectacles on your nose to be impeding the sensations in your body. So that's simple.
And while doing the body scan, no tingling sensation at all. Is it okay, sir?
No
Because
tingling
yesterday-
sensation, but were you able to feel every part of your body? May not be tingling, may not be tingling, but at least as long as
no
you're able to
tinglings.
feel.
That maybe I'll observe again. Not much, sir, I think. Means.
But you were able to follow, right? You're able to follow.
Yeah.
Feel your feet, feel your leg, feel your
Yeah.
back, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's good enough. That is good enough. Tingling may not happen all the time. As we continue the
Yeah.
practice of mindfulness, then as our awareness level increases, our sensitivity increases, and then you'll start feeling the sensations.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, how to deal leg numbness? I sit in Sukhasana. So yes, sir, I think you can, all of us face that in the initial stages of sitting for a long time. So you can move your legs. You can move your legs, you can keep it straight. Sometimes if you're sitting on a couch, after a while, you can put your legs down as well. So as long as you can make changes to your movement and posture, but only thing is, do not open your eyes. That's one big instruction. I'm having migraine, but in the complete darkness, sometimes I'm feeling that I might get triggered after opening again. Let go of that fear. Let go of that fear, sir. So you are being with your breath. Being with your breath heals your body, allows you to relax. And we have known personally, I also know personally, a lot of cases who have cured their migraine through the practice of this meditation. So it will go away. And again, one other point that I want to emphasize, anything that bothers you during meditation, it could be headache, it could be a pain in your leg. One practice that Buddhists follow, Buddhists suggest is, after a while, initially you ignore. After a while, ignore and bring your attention back to your breathing. After a while, if it continues to bother you, make that your object of meditation, not your breath. Suppose your head is aching too much, right? So complete focus, complete following here rather than your breath. If your back is aching, so I practice that if your knees are aching because of you're sitting for a long time, if your back is aching because you've been sitting erect without leaning, right? After a while, if it's bothering you, start observing that particular part alone. Start observing the pain. Just be with the pain. Over time, the pain will vanish. That's another finding, right? So you can try some of those. But then believe me, sir, continue to practice faithfulness. Again, let us not think too much. Let us not analyze too much. This happens, that happens, why sitting erect is needed, why sitting, just go with the flow, just go with the process. Life is very simple. Only thing, sometimes our intellect is supposed to aid as well, but the amount of sources of wisdom and information that we have today is itself a cause for suffering. If Buddha lived now, I don't know what you'd say, but yeah, so that itself is a cause for suffering, right? That is why we practice our retreats without any devices, in silence. That itself cuts off 50% of your suffering, right? So life is very simple, my dear friends. Just allow it to happen. Don't analyze, don't think too much. Mindfulness, presence, awareness, this is what is the real thing. Everything else is just a framework for us to understand. Chakras, okay, if you believe in chakras, that's okay. Believe in Vastu, that's okay. Believe in, I think one of you were mentioning something else today. So it's all shapes your belief systems, right? So don't analyze, and then everything is supposed that, as I said today, it's a 2,500-year-old practice. It is worked for millions. Why will it not work for you? So let go of analysis, let go of fear. Just said your migraine will disappear. Your emotional turmoil will disappear. Someone was mentioning yesterday in the chat group, right? 20 years old, I'm feeling all this emotion. All this wisdom, all this science is exactly to deal with it. Only thing is you should have the trust and the discipline to do continuous practice. It will go away, things will improve. Again, it's up to you to make that choice, up to you to make that decision. If you want to continue to be miserable, continue to feel miserable, continue to feel painful, so be it, it's your decision. But there are better solutions and you need to make an effort for them. No results, no fruit without actions, right? So with that, my dear friends, we can just enjoy the science of it, but what is important is practice, what is important is experiencing the wisdom. With that, try to do mindful listening, mindful speaking today. Try to observe your thoughts, try to observe your emotions. You're learning a lot of mindfulness. Practice mindful eating, mindful walking, lot of things, and all that will help you. All right. With that, my dear friends, have a wonderful day. We'll end the session for today. See you tomorrow morning with another set of. We'll start with the next step in our breathfulness practice as well. And have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful conscious. Breathe consciously. Live mindfully. Thank you. See you tomorrow.